A great idea. That can be worth a lot of money, you know, but if you're not careful, you could end up giving it away and getting nothing in return. There are some things you've got to do here, and we're going to show you. Tonight, investigative reporter Doug Smith is going to tell you why a small girl feels cheated by a big toy company and what other inventors have discovered before it's too late.
And that's what it looks like.
That is a Furby.
Me change!
11-year-old Victoria McDuffie has two that look like this, but she thinks they look better like this.
I decided to make it like a peppermint because it'd be colorful and it'd be funner to play with.
You wanted to turn your drawings into real Furbies?
Yes.
So this smart little homeschooler came up with a bright idea. Send her sketches to Hasbro and see what happens. This letter came a few weeks later, which says in part, while we can't consider your idea for legal reasons, we are enclosing the material you sent to us. We want you to know that we will continue to work and play toward our goal of making you and your family smile whenever you play with a Hasbro product.
We were disappointed that they didn't take her idea, and we just kind of filed it all away, thinking, okay, well, you tried, great job. And, okay, does this Furby look like? 6 months later, they're in the store.
Looks just like it.
These are the new Furbies, and here are her drawings. Is there any doubt in your mind that she was the inspiration behind these?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind she was the inspiration. There's no doubt. There's so many similarities.
How often do people come to you and say, somebody took my idea?
A lot.
Bill Larson is an intellectual property attorney in Pinellas County. If they like this little girl's idea, how quickly could they turn something like that around and put it on the store shelf?
For large companies that have factories in China and have points of sale ready to go, they can do it as fast as 2 weeks.
It wasn't long before you get people that want to copycat you.
Larson remembers when Dan McLaughlin,
The gold's drawn out electronically.
came to him for help in the 90s. The Clearwater inventor of a gold plating system called Gold Effects had somebody try to steal his idea.
Now, had it not been for his patent, his machine would have been replicated by all kinds of companies, and it would have destroyed the market for him.
Could he help the McDuffies?
So it is possible that her drawings inspired these new designs.
Right, it's possible. It also could be a coincidence. They may have been working on this themselves, and it just so happened that their design and her design were the same.
So what's the story when it comes to unsolicited ideas sent to Hasbro? We contacted the company and received this reply, which says in part, as a matter of corporate policy, we are unable to accept them. Product development cycles happen at least 1.5 to 2 years out from a product making it to shelves. So this letter would have been received well after the new Furby line for 2013 had been conceptualized, and concludes, the letter we received did not have any impact on the final product. Larson says legally, there's nothing more the McDuffies can do.
They gave him a gift.
Can you see how this family might feel cheated?
Yes, I can understand that. But what they need to know, and what everybody needs to know, is you need to use the laws to protect yourself. They're there for a reason. And if you don't use them, then you have no excuse to complain later that somebody took your idea.
Larson says a trademark, patent, copyright, or licensing agreement, one of these or some combination, can protect people with an idea. Without one, companies don't have to pay anything. And he says it's not a good business idea to even offer a token amount.
Because it opens up the door, okay? It's recognition that you gave them something of value. So the argument immediately is, okay, you recognize it as value, you didn't give us enough money.
Dan McLaughlin now holds more than a dozen patents and trademarks. This is his latest invention.
Now, Spectrochrome is actually a layer of silver between 2 layers of paint.
He can spray just about anything, and business is booming. Now covering monster trucks and motorcycles for Feld Entertainment with the security that he's covered and nobody will run over him. But a tough lesson for a kid with a bright idea.
It's not the lesson that you intended.
No, not at all. Not at all. But, you know, we just encourage her to be proud.
You have a year to patent something after the first sale. After that, it's too late.
You know, I get all kinds of suggestions from people who want to know how to do this and what to do. But in your case, you got this little girl. It's expensive.
For a little girl, it would be. I mean, if you get a team of investors, you can defray some of the costs. Bill Larson, the attorney in our story, says a patent is about $10,000 to cover the legal work and the government filing fees and can take up to 2 years. Wow. But keep in mind, once a patent is pending, you are protected. If somebody tries to steal your idea, you can take them to court and you can sue them. Without a patent, John, or some other other legal contract, trademark, copyright, something like that, Larson says in our story, you've essentially given them a gift, and you have. So you want to be smart about it, and you want to protect yourself.
I know there are 1,000 people watching right now got 1,001 ideas.
They do, yeah.
Right.
And if it's a good idea, you need to do something, some sort of legal protection. Otherwise, music's a little different, but in this case, you want to make sure that you are protected.
Think about it before you send it out. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
all
you
right.
very much, Doug. All right, Kelly.